Let's go to the telephone line. Who do we have on the line? Brian. We have Brian on the line. Brian, how are you? You're live on the air.
I'm doing great, thanks.
Good. What do you have to say about our top news headline? Top Russiagate FBI agent arrested for colluding with Russia. What do you have to say? Actually, the FBI tunes into the show more than any other show because they're just sitting there waiting, transcribing, waiting for them to pluck out and, of course, take me out of context and then come bust my door down and come get me to silence me. And they tried to do that before, by the way. They're, what do they say? They're insane, right? Because they keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, right?
Yeah.
So what's going on? What do you have to say about that?
Pretty much the FBI has been involved in a lot of criminal activities, including blackmail and things like that.
That's your comment?
That's pretty much my comment in that regard because of there's just a lot of criminal stuff. I'm aware of the fact that they're involved in a blackmail scheme of child rape and murder, and that's the FBI and the CIA.
Yeah, of course. The FBI and the CIA being involved in that kind of stuff. That's, both of those intel services running rogue, pretty much, rogue operations. Very, very true. Do you have any other comments?
Pretty much about to file a petition for rehearing in the Supreme Court case 22-6123.
Hold on a second. Stop. Don't throw numbers. Nobody's gonna be Googling those numbers. What is the case about? You're throwing out case numbers. What's the case about?
Sorry about that. It's a blackmail scheme where I've been inquiring whether the federal judges involved in my case were blackmailed and compromised, and the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals refused to do anything about it, and the U.S. District Court refused to have a special master, and that's involved in the statements of Attorney Lynn Wood, where he said, I believe Chief Justice John Roberts and a multitude of powerful individuals are involved in a blackmail scheme of rape and murder of children captured on videotape.
Okay, and what's your name? You're the petitioner, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And I take it you're okay with giving your name out because you're on the petition, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, hold on. Hold on a second. I have Brian David Hill, petitioner. Is it this one right here? Brian David Hill, petitioner?
Yep.
I have your case right in front of me.
That's correct.
Oh, wow. See? Did you know that I pulled this up on air the other day? Brian, are you there?
Yes.
Did you know that I pulled this up? I printed your case. And I pulled this up on air the other day. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I was made aware of it.
You were? Okay. All right, so this is obviously it has to get approved. Talk about the process because it was approved for certiorari, right?
Yeah.
They've accepted it. It's file stamp copied. Here it is. Now break down again. Say it again because it sounds pretty shocking. What you just said, that there's videotape, and what does the videotape contain?
According to Attorney Lynn Wood, he said that the targets are ordered to rape the child on videotape and then murder, shoot the child on videotape, and then the target is forever blackmailed by the blackmailers. And this attorney also said, I believe Chief Justice John Roberts and a multitude of other individuals worldwide are involved in basically being targets of a heinous blackmail scheme, horrendous blackmail scheme of child rape and murder. And another thing he said was he made sure to do his due diligence to at least, know that the source is credible, his source or sources.
Okay, so you haven't seen the evidence. Has he seen the evidence? Does he have it in his possession?
He has corrected me on he doesn't actually have it himself, but I believe it's his source or sources.
Okay, so a source of a source of a source, of course. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah, how far do you think that's going to go? Especially when you go to the court and the rapist murderer is actually the Chief Justice. How do you think that's going to go for you?
Well, in the petition for rehearing, I'm bringing up how certiorari was denied on the same day as the Brunson case, and that he did not comply with 28 USC.
Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Seriously, this is. Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, God bless you for trying, but seriously, I mean, you're better off just going outside on a windy day and peeing into the wind, I mean, seriously, think about it, right? Don't you think? You get better results.
Well,
huh?
Good point.
Right? I mean, seriously, where are you going to go? Are you paying for this?
I've had to pay a lot for.
You did?
The print,
oh, yeah. I'm sure there's a busload of attorneys who would take your money, just keep you pedaling away on the rat wheel. Oh, well, go ahead and appeal it. Ooh. That's why I call these attorneys chimpanzees. They do as little as possible for the most amount of money, and they love somebody that's going to pay the money to do refilings, and it's not going to go anywhere, dude. Seriously. I mean, I don't mean to be negative, but I'm just saying based on our experience, we can't even get them to take a look at an election fraud case that we have plenty of evidence on. So, I mean, unless you can convince me otherwise. Now, you're telling me that a source of a source and a source, of course, and the freaking horse, has the video. Stay right there. We got, I need to provide some level of counseling and therapy for you. Because just listening is very, very awkward. We'll be right back, you guys. Right after this. All right. Now, this is no disrespect to Brian. We come together, in the name of Jesus Christ, I will say unapologetically and boldly, no disrespect to Brian, but let's just review things because we have to maintain a certain level of sanity in this very insane world and country that has been hijacked by these criminals. So Brian, let's just do a quick review. The person that is being blackmailed, that is supposedly in the video, the rapist, murderer, blackmailed individual is presiding over the case that you're filing with the Supreme Court. Is that a correct assumption?
Yes.
Okay, and you expect that if you show up to court and you're, let's say, a plaintiff, right, a prosecutor, and you're going to want to prosecute a rape and a murder, and you're in the courtroom and you hear all rise, and the person wearing the black robe is the rapist and murderer. How do you think that prosecution of that person is going to go with that judge presiding, who is the rapist and murderer?
I don't think it's going to go so good because they're going to protect their own interests.
Right. So you said that you're spending a lot of money on attorneys, correct? Costs a lot of money just to print.
Attorneys, but
it costs a lot of money to print these things, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's thousands of dollars. So you're spending thousands of dollars to prosecute a case against, a rapist, murderer, blackmail, is he a victim? Who is wearing the robe presiding over your case? Why would you do that?
Because we have to be shown the evil. If people don't know that the system is broken they'll keep believing in the judicial system, and it will keep going on, and people will keep losing, even if they can win.
Yeah, but you just told me that nobody has shown you the evidence. You're alleging something you haven't even seen the evidence of. Right? Correct?
Well, the reason for the prosecution was to ask for a special master to subpoena Linwood to have his source or sources provide the videotapes. And if he lied, then Linwood should be disbarred. But if he's telling the truth, the videotapes will and should come out to a special master or investigator.
Mm-hmm. And so Linwood is, if he's subpoenaed, he'll come forward, correct?
Yes.
And he's agreed to do that. He's told you that he is?
He's not objected to my filings. I've given him plenty of chances, every opportunity. Do you object to this? Do you want me to not file this? And he has not objected to it.
Okay. Well, that's good. And like I said, I love Linwood. I do. And I have a lot of sympathy towards Linwood. He's been, a lot of people have. They've been subverted. I believe he's a godly man. I think that he'll tell the truth if he has evidence like that. I do believe that. And this is something that's been in the works for how many years now?
Since 2021, he's brought this up.
2021, he's what?
He brought up about the all these tweets, and my mother showed them to me, and I was like, get screenshots and printouts of this, and days later, she found out the tweets had been destroyed from Twitter.
Of course.
From Linwood. I mean, they're gone.
Of course they are. Of course they got to destroy that. These are criminals. These are pedophiles. These are people that are harming our children. There's plenty of evidence of that. And imagine, they're not spending any money, of course, on finding out where all these missing children are. Hundreds of thousands of children go missing every single year. And they have a very low budget for recovering them, for finding them, don't they? Yeah. Yeah. Brian, listen, I think I'm sincere when I say this, but, and I made you laugh, which is great because, the lunacy that we have to deal with in trying to get these criminals to stop doing what they're doing is laughable, right?
Yeah.
The court already has jurisdiction for petitioners' petition for writ of cert. In support of this accompanying application, petitioner states as follows. This application is only to address an issue, a significant emergency important for Chief Justice Roberts that must be addressed before any proceedings. Now, this went before the entire panel, and they agreed not to see it, correct?
Yes.
Okay, now what? Well,
pretty much I have to bring up, because it was brought up in another Supreme Court case, that he's given the appearance, John Roberts, that, he's supposed to at least have the appearance of being impartial and not being involved with the disputed evidence.
He's the guy that's in the video, is he not? Did you say he's the guy that's in the video?
I haven't seen the video, but Attorney Linwood must have, because he said, I believe Chief Justice John Roberts. He's the one who's talking about all this. Okay.
Yeah. It's, God bless you for trying, and God bless you for having the means to be able to spend the thousands of dollars to prosecute a case against a child rapist / alleged child rapist, murderer, and victim of blackmail. God bless you for bringing that case with that particular judge in a black robe being the alleged rapist, murderer, and blackmail victim, being in the robe to preside over the case. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. This is crazy. What's the next angle here? What do you expect to have happen? Are you going to file something for reconsideration?
I've looked at the rules, and the only thing that I think I can file is a petition for rehearing, but I can also file motions with the petition for rehearing.
Yeah. Why'd you call in?
to get the word out about this, because people at least need to know what's going on, that the system is rigged, and it's rigged because of the blackmail. I mean, the system is just rigged. It's not working.
Oh, you're absolutely right about that. But do you think that the proper venue is the court that is rigged?
Well, I mean, once I go through the process, I can prove it's rigged, because if I don't go through the process, the brainwashed people will say, go through the process, go through the courts. And once I prove it's rigged, I could go back and say, see, I tried.
Yeah, my goodness, you're trying. I know you are. And I can't fault you for that. You certainly are trying. You're trying. I commend you for that. And I hope you find some humor in highlighting the lunacy of going through this process with the criminals. I hope you do. All right, Brian?
May I give my website, my friend's website out real quick?
I don't feel comfortable doing that because I don't know what it says on that website. And being that we're talking about child porn is the reason why I'm hesitating. There's a lot of weird things. I haven't seen the website, so I'd have to take a look at it. This is just all really, really fishy stuff. And I prefer right now that you don't send me the website link via social media. I just don't want anybody landing on a website. I mean, it's really, there's a lot of, vicious, nefarious things that happen with websites when our viewing audience lands on them. So that's the only reason why. So please, if you could respect that, I would appreciate it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Conradson's going to be joining me here.